Jay, when you doing that was that to the camera? Was that to the crowd?
No, I was just, trying to get my teammates, going through the game more than what it was, and I do it all for the team.
You had a few of those moments. You were happy. You brought the team to the finish line. You could see that tension break.
Yeah, since I've been saying since day one, I'm a team guy. In those moments, the team, that's what was needed me to do, and that's what I did. To make the team keep going and secure the win.
What'd you think of the atmosphere here?
It was crazy. You saw the student, all the people here, so loud, and that's great. That's great that they have that atmosphere here.
Did it surprise you at all? Did you guys expect it to be like this?
Oh yeah, we knew. We watched film, and I heard it before. Even when I was in junior college, I heard about this, how crazy the student go and support their team, and that's pretty good for them.
How's this win feel for the locker room, and obviously a quick turnaround there?
Pretty good. We're going, like we said, we're gonna take it one day at a time, and we're happy we had the win tonight, and now we're gonna focus on the next game at Arizona.
Tough to play 2 true road games this early in the season. You're just throwing right in the fire. I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
I think that's really gonna help us. We play in the Big Ten, one of the toughest conference in the nation, and I think this is gonna help them prepare more when the Big Ten comes.
It looked like you got the wind knocked out of you down there on the other side of the free throw line first half, and you kind of crossed over, and they thought they got you down, and you came. Were they trying to punk you?
No. I think that was part of the game. Just sometimes you get a little physical, and I like being physical. So for me, it was normal. I wasn't expecting it, but it's a part of the game, so we got to play through it.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys been surprised or impressed with how good Kofi's been early on?
We knew since day one how good he is for the team, and he been showing up since first day. He can do great things for us, and that's what he be doing, and that's what all our team and our fans are supporting him, and our family is supporting him.
Was it down the stretch, made a lot of plays, getting to the basket or finishing? Did you see something defensively that they changed, or just find gaps, or what happened there? Or did you decide you're going to make plays?
I just was trying to make plays to help the team, like I said, to secure the win, and I saw that they had a little gap, and I was attacking the rim and finding guys, and trying to finish as well.
Thanks,
Jay. Thank you.
In a program that is, this is very special. This is a special place, and Grand Canyon can be very proud of what they're building, and the home court atmosphere was everything that it's been rumored to be. And my first time here, it was impressive. I told our players one of the advantages of home court advantage is, they can be so disruptive, not just getting the home team ready, but they're so disruptive in forms of communication, and you have to echo things, and that was very challenging tonight, even in timeouts. So I thought we did what we needed to do early. Obviously, trying to get the ball inside to Kofi. We wanted Lever to have to defend him. Kofi's had an unbelievable knack of putting fouls on people. And we established that early. I thought we got a little bit sloppy at the end of the first half, and we had a chance, I thought, to really take the next step, and had a couple bad possessions. But give Grand Canyon a lot of credit. Dan does an unbelievable job. They run terrific stuff, and they made their runs. They do what a good home team does, but I thought our job on the glass was a big part of the difference, and just being able to out-rebound them 52-26, 20 offensive rebounds. That's kind of what we do. And then I thought Andres Feliz down the stretch was
Second half, Maybe you played out a little similar to Tuesday night where Grand Canyon got back.
Not even close. Not even close. Second, I mean, there was an 8-minute stretch in the Nicholls State game that never even came close to happening tonight. I mean, they made a run. That's what home teams do. When you got really good wings, not even close. And then we executed well down the stretch. So we got stops when we needed to. I thought we were pretty good. We withstood a heck of a run, and it's what home teams do. You know, that have won and had success. This is a winning program. So pretty proud of our guys for that.
Kobe, the first Illini freshman to have double-doubles in the first 2 games since Ephraim Winters. What does that say to you?
Ephraim was pretty good player. Yeah, you know, the thing that excites me about Kofi is he's got so much more to learn and so much more to garner in terms of his development. And you know, he's an imposing figure, and then you know we've got to be able to utilize that and take advantage of that. And I thought tonight we did that. It was our game plan going in. We did it in our secret scrimmage, kind of like that. He puts a lot of fouls on people, which then allows our guards to drive the ball, makes them much more difficult to guard, and then we can get to the bonus and we can get to the foul line. And I thought we were aggressive in the first half. We did that. It set up a few opportunities in transition, and then you have to know where Kofi's at all the time.
What was the difference in the execution there in the last 4 or so minutes just to stay in that run and get that lead back to 12?
Yeah, I thought Dre was he had a matchup that we liked. You know, keeping Dre out of the paint is a problem, and he's got that little fadeaway. He's got that little knack of getting it where he wants it, and the best part of that was then the help, and that's a play we've just recently put in. We ran it a lot 2 years ago, and Dre made the right plays, and you got the floor spaced, and then we went down and really handled it at the other end as well. So execution was a big piece of that.
You had to manage the fouls for your bigs. Ben was the first guy off the bench tonight. Jermaine Hamlin, the first playing time he's had. I assume you wanted to get their feet wet a little bit so you don't run into this problem again. Yeah, I mean those guys have earned the right to play and get on the court, and they needed to go experience this vibe and this what it's like on the road and the animosity, and I'm excited about Jermaine's growth and how much he's been able to grow in practice. And a young man that was sick the other day and literally just couldn't go, and so an opportunity on the road, and he wasn't perfect, and nor was Ben, but they got their feet wet, and we can keep growing from there.
How did you think 5 rebounds in 2 games? We know that's a point of emphasis. Well, what's led to that number?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big part of what we're trying to do. I've said since the summer, one of the things that we had to do better was get to the foul line, and we had to rebound the basketball better. Kofi draws a lot of attention. He draws a body or two, or at least 1.5, and that frees things up for other guys to get into the glass. We know Dre's a very solid rebounding guard, and Allen and Georgie's effort going to the boards tonight was off the chart, and and then DeMonte is a very good rebounding guard as well. So it's what we do. It's the one thing you get 20 offensive rebounds. It's the fouls that you not only just score the basket, but it's the fouls. I think we put 4 fouls on them in the first half on offensive rebounds, and that's a little sidebar that doesn't get talked about a lot, but is very important to us.
What did you think Grand Canyon did well to compensate for their lack of size, especially with labor out for most of the game?
Well, they spread us out. That's why we drew the fouls. I mean, they're basically playing 5 guards, and that's a little like we've seen in the Nicholls State game, is perimeter guys that or post guys that can shoot it and against us, and it's a different animal, and they ball screened, and we were really soft early, handling it. We went to switching it late, which helped, and when they get going making threes, which we knew they would, it's what they do. They attempt 25 of them. They're going to make their fair share. So, but and then they started driving it and found a matchup. And Dan's a heck of a coach, and he sees a crack. He's gonna go at you. He did with the drives, and they found a way to manage the game with Lever out.
How important was it for Allen to step up and make some shots for you?
Yeah, it's good to see. He was so good this summer, and we all know that he's an elite shooter, and he's going to be a big part of our growth and a big part of what we do. And I'll put Allen shooting the basketball up against anybody in the country, and obviously he's on the glass, and then he's a sneaky, really good defender. So his growth and progress is very vital to us.
Quick turnaround for you guys. What's the focus tomorrow before Arizona on Sunday?
Well, the first focus is hydrating and eating and getting some sleep. And this is a NCAA tournament type setting. We play a game now. Granted, we've got to get on a bus and go a couple hours, but and then it's the next opponent. And Sean's been great, and Arizona's been one of the elite programs for the last 30 years in college basketball, and different challenges. But we'll start that tonight in preparation, and do it in the morning before we get on the bus, and then have a good practice and preparation in Tucson.
What do you think of the atmosphere compared to other places you've been?
It's spectacular. It's spectacular. I'm a huge fan of extremely loud, and the loudest place I've ever been is Allen Fieldhouse. The second one was the one I played in Ahern Fieldhouse at Kansas State. I've been blessed. I've been in a lot of them. This ranks right up there. I mean, the louder the better. And literally, we're in a timeout and guys can't hear. And it's well done, and kudos to everybody that has participated in that. And it's a special place, and it's a great home court advantage.
This weekend, did you inherit these two games when you came into the job?
This series.
This series. Added on after
Yes,
you came in?
yes. And we thought it was a great opportunity, knowing we were going to come west, and Sean was willing to start a home and home series, and just to come out here, and it worked schedule-wise. And as we get ready to play 2 Big Ten games in December, gives us an opportunity to prepare our guys at 2 great tests as we go to, I think we open with Maryland on the road. So, that won't be the first time, and we won't be shell-shocked when we walk into that arena. So that's what we did.
Yeah, I was wondering if it seemed too early, though, in the sense that you're still a developing team, and then boom, you're on the road. Two true road games the first weekend of the season.
Let's find out. Let's find out early and figure out what we've got to work on, and then we can start to resolve it. And there's nothing worse than playing a bunch of patsies and getting a false sense of who you are, and we're definitely not going to do that.
Is Io pressing
Last
a little bit
question.
offensively with shots? Just shots aren't going in. He's making good reads.
No,
assists.
I think he's playing really, really well in terms of trying to understand what we're doing. He was pretty good the other night. I think he's took what opportunities were there. He understands that he's garnering a ton of attention, and that's helped Dre. That's helped Kofi. That's helping everybody else. Is the amount of attention that he's drawing. I mean, they weren't leaving it, and a couple tough luck balls that didn't go in the first half and a finish. But one thing I never have to worry about is Io DeSumo, and in any way, shape, or form, that young man works his tail off. And ball didn't go in tonight. And Sunday will be a new opportunity for him to prove that he's a really, really, really good player.
Thank you.
Illinois will have
You look lonely over here. What happened?
Lonely?
People are ignoring you.
Whew.
So, did you hear any good taunts from this crowd?
Just noise, a lot of noise, a lot of loud noise.
Nothing quite clear. Nothing came through. You didn't.
Nothing clear. I was really, really locked in, really focused on the game, and we executed. We got the win. There was a lot of noise in this arena, and I really loved it. It was great.
What does it mean to get a win in an environment like this early on in the season?
Most definitely, we learned a great lesson how to take care of business on the road. It's always hard to win on the road, especially in a conference like Big Ten. So to have a test like this early in the season and to take care of business gives us obviously some confidence. Obviously, we learn lessons how to execute late in the game, throughout the game with an environment like this. So it was a great lesson for us.
It seemed like you guys were a lot more fluid on offense, moved the ball a lot easier than the other night. Did you see that?
I kind of saw that. Also, you got to look at the opponent. They played defense a little bit differently than Nicholls State did. Nicholls State played defense like we did last year, really hard denial. And this team played a little differently, So that kind of helped us to move the ball a little bit, and we executed.
How's it working with you and Kofi in there? You guys, it seems like you got a pretty good rhythm the way you complement each other, or how would you describe what's going on?
It's a work in progress. I think we are playing great with each other, I think. Obviously, it's a work in progress, as I said. As more games we play together, more time we spend on the court together, it will get better and better, I think. And, we love each other. We are like brothers, and that helps us a lot to play on the court better.
You got Jermaine on the floor for the first time tonight. BBV came in like first substitution. Obviously, you guys need a little bit of help in the post for when you get in foul trouble. What's that maturation process going to be like for them?
I just told Jermaine to come out and play really, really hard, and I think he did. And he never played in an environment like this in his life, and it was something new for him. And I think he did great for him. He came out, played really hard. Ben as well. He never played in an environment like this, and never seen a crowd like this, or never, just.
How important is it to get that
process,
out of the way? So next time it's not new.
It is really important, and it's a learning experience. It might not be next time it will be okay right away. It will be a learning process throughout the season. I'm just excited for them that they played really, really hard. Both of them came out and played really hard for us. So that's the most important thing. As long as they leave all they have out there, that's all we can ask for.
As teams go small against you guys, because they can't match up maybe inside, it seems like they're trying to spread you out, take you up the dribble. How do you guys adjust to that? What do you need to do to maybe contain a little better?
We also went small sometime in the game. When we didn't, we trying to switch off the guys and then just trying to guard players. And obviously, I didn't succeed in that matchup. That I got in foul trouble with that, but that's okay. We still executed. We still took care of business, and it's a learning process. When we get to situations like that, what do we do next time? But we still got the win, and we are happy.
Close moment.
You mentioned coming off the bench, hit 3 threes. How important was that for you, just to maybe get in a little rhythm offensively?
It was nice to get in a little rhythm, and just being out there, letting things come to me, not forcing them.
What sort of adjustments did coach and the team make throughout the game to kind of like adjust to like foul troubles and rhythm troubles?
We didn't let that bother us. The foul trouble that I think Georgia was in foul. Yeah, he fouled out. I think Cole fouled a little bit, but we didn't let that bother us. We just kept playing.
There's definitely an emphasis to speed you guys up, which is unusual because you play pretty fast, right?
Yeah, I don't know why they try to speed us up because we want to play fast. So,
right.
You gotta ask that question.
There's a lot of pressure on the arc. How did you keep that? They were coming at it.
Oh, like their defensive pressure?
They were not expecting you to make interior passes, basically.
We were ready from, we didn't let that stop us from shooting the ball, defense.
How much more comfortable are you this year, out on the floor compared to last year?
Way more comfortable. Last year, I don't think I would have been in the position I am in last year than, this year. But I'm in a way different place mentally, and my confidence has risen from last year. It's definitely showing my coach.
It's 2 games, but how big a difference has Kofi just made for this team?
Big difference, that man, he goes after he doesn't stop, he's made a big difference, and he's going to continue to make it.
So, like 105 rebounds through 2 games. I know it's been a point of emphasis, but what's been behind actually going out and grabbing that money?
Coach is always on us. He wants us to offensive rebound and definitely defensive rebound, but definitely try to get a lot of our misses back. And the last game we had like 50-something% of our misses back. We had real numbers.
You notice a change in the game when you're getting that many offensive rebounds? Just what
Definitely.
kind of impact
it takes the energy out of the other team. We get another chance to score again, and it definitely takes the energy out of the other team when you get an offensive rebound. And you can feel that when you get it. So.
Does it make you mad as a guy who's like one of your best known skills is offensive rebounds, and suddenly there's this mountain in the way?
So I don't care who's in front of me. I'm gonna go get it.
But Kofi, I mean, he got it.
Oh, Kofi? Yeah, he's on my team, so it doesn't matter. Go get it. We both going to get it. Whoever comes up with it comes up with it.
Yeah. So, and he mentions you have a knack for offensive rebounding. Mm-hmm. What makes that knack? Obviously, some of it's mindset, but what's the other part of it?
It's natural instinct. You can't really teach that, so it's just natural instinct, and just go and you feel like I time it. Honestly, I time it. I look at the ball and I time it and use my instincts.
Yeah, you almost had a crazy tip dunk the other night.
Mm-hmm. That one was mistimed.
So,
yeah.
You did have a crazy lay-in, fake the 3 from the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the great Alan Griffin plays of the night.
Long closeout, driving.
And talk about that play that never quite came to fruition at the end of the half. You and Tyler Underwood in the 2 corners while a guy's shooting free throws at the other end.
I mean, I knew Jay was gonna go in there and drive it, so that's why I went to try to get around my man to go get the rebound. But there's no time.
So you guys were decoys.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Hey, Sal.
Yeah.
How did you feel this? But I think even if he didn't have us, I think he still would have, do all that extra stuff. So.
Is it fun to watch teams find out what you found out at Rucker Park one day with him?
Oh yeah, that's. That was not a fun day in Rucker Park. I can tell you that when I was playing against him. But yeah.
We expected to win this game. That's just how we roll here. So disappointed, but I'm very proud of my guys. I thought our effort was great. I thought we played hard. Obviously, the rebounding difference was huge. We have to do a better job of getting rebounding, but that's a big team, and we're not very big, and we're a little shallow as far as players. I was a little disappointed in the fast break points. We can fix that, but I was very proud of our guys tonight. I thought they played with a lot of passion and heart, played hard. It was a big step from what we experienced in our first game, which was a very big disappointment. So I'm happy with our guys. We're going to build on this. We're going to hunker down. We're going to practice hard, and I guarantee you we're going to be good. We're going to be a good team. Got a good bunch of guys, and they're starting to get a taste for it. So I'm excited we'll give them tomorrow off. I can't wait for Sunday. We're going to have a great practice. We're fired up about it. But that's a good team. Illinois got big, got size, and they're very talented. Coach Underwood does a terrific job with them. So it was a good game by them.
How much did you have to get away from offensive game plan and not have and defensive labor out there for only 16 minutes?
Well, Ali's not our best player, one of our best players, obviously, so we can run a lot of things through him, and he's giving them problems. So for him to get foul trouble, it's huge. I mean, a lot of things we do go through him, and he was having a good game. So he had a hard task, that big kid. So when he fouls out, like I said, we're not very deep and we're not very big, so that kind of limits our size there. So that definitely hurt. It hurt that him and Javon both had 3 fouls either in the first half. They had 2 fouls and we had to sit them for a while. That hurt. So that's just the name of the game for us. So we're going to have to keep those guys out of foul trouble.
Coach, how does a game like this against a bigger, more physical team prepare the team for the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, we've done this for 6 years now. We've played the best we can always play. We've played Kentucky, Louisville, you name it, we played them all. So it's always good to play this type of competition. We're not going to see a team like this go whack as far as that size, but we always want to play against great competition, especially here at home. As you can see, we have a fantastic crowd. So, our guys, this is no as I said, our guys expected to win this game, so there's a lot of disappointment in that locker room. So, it's fun to play those teams. It's fun to compete against the best, and they're a very good team. And that's what our guys do. I mean, we've been doing it for years.
Coach, how was the separate springboard here against us DSU?
Well, I mean, we just got to build on it. And like I said, our guys are starting to figure it out. We got a lot of new guys, and it's taken a while, but they're starting to figure it out, starting to get a taste for it. They understand. They saw the progress from how bad we played that first night to this, and it's so much more fun to play that way, the way we played tonight, together, sharing the basketball, playing hard. That's the only way we should know how to play. When I played, that's how I played, and that's the only time I had fun. So I think our guys are getting a taste of that. As I said, I can't wait for Sunday. We're going to get back at it, and we're just going to keep coaching, and they're going to keep preparing. So I think it's good. We just got to keep making the next step, and I truly believe it because I see it in their eyes, and I see that they're excited. They want to get it going.
Coach, this is the first time since transitioning to Division I that you've relied on a freshman point guard. What about Javon Blackshirt Jr. has really stood out through 2 games so far, and what do you think he's capable?
Yeah, Javon is was a 4-star recruit. We recruited him for a long time. He's a local kid. I knew he was special. You can't win 4 state championships without being a special winner and a competitor. So I knew he was going to be really good. Not that I want him to be playing 38 minutes a game, but no, that's where we're at. And he's doing a great job. He's going to have to grow up quick. I mean, it's hard enough to be a freshman, but it's really hard to be a freshman point guard. But he's starting to learn the way I coach and how I want it, and I'm starting to learn what makes him good and what puts him in the best position, not only for him to do well, but for the rest of the guys. So I'm excited. I said this all along. Javon's he's a special kid and a special player. He's the greatest kid ever. Hard work. He reminds me of Dwayne Russell. He's a competitive, wants to win everything, unselfish, gets guys involved, and just a winner. So I couldn't be happier to have him for the next 4 years. And he'll continue to make us that much better.
Dan, 10 minutes, you got to go with those same 5 guys. How did you like how those guys played together for that time?
It was fine. I'd like to have Ali out there. But yeah, I mean, we got to play who we got. And I thought JJ played a better second half. He's going to have consistent minutes when he gets in there. Can't take him a half to get going. He's got to understand. And I got to understand how he's going to be successful. Carlos, I got to give praise to Carlos. Carlos didn't play well, but man, he played a team basketball game tonight. He really did. I got to give a lot to Carlos. I mean, I know he wanted to play well tonight. Just couldn't buy a shot. But I was very proud of how Carlos played tonight. I thought he was very team-oriented and wanted us to win and did whatever he had to do to help. Just couldn't make a shot, and that happens at all times. That happens to good players. So very happy with all our guys, how hard they played. We got to get Doobie going and those guys. But Isaiah played well. But I was happy for the most part.
What challenge did Andres Feliz present the other side on the point guard spot for them?
Well, all their guys do. I mean, they got great size and they're very physical. I know he's a big time player for them. All of their guys are. So they run hard cuts. They get to the basket. They can shoot. So especially we're not very deep. We got to try to be as physical as we can without getting into foul trouble. So that's why those guys are so good. They got those 2 front guys and then those backcourt guys that are athletic, and quick, and fast, and strong, and can shoot, get to the basket. So that poses a problem for all our guys.
Coach, obviously they had the size advantage, but what else did you want to see from your guys as far as the rebounding is concerned?
Well, I mean, I knew that, if you get out rebounded 52-26, that's never good. So we can't have that much of a margin. So we'll continue to work on Sunday on gang rebound. There's a couple times I've seen guys leaking out. They got to get down there and dig and get their nose in and go hit somebody. In the first half, Illinois' guards were crashing and we were boxing them out. So it's just got to be a mindset for every 5 guys getting rebound. I mean, Ali had 0 rebounds, but can you blame him? I mean, he's trying to keep that 7-foot, 290 beast off the glass. I mean, I probably wouldn't have got a rebound either. But he's got to fight, and another guy's got to come in and help him. So it's just got to be a gang rebounding mentality. And I tell our guys before every game that I don't care who you are, if you're Javon or whoever, you should try to get 10 rebounds a game. That's how we're going to do it. And then, like I said, the fast break points was upsetting. They had some transition points off of made baskets. That's something we can control. And they did a good job of that.
Dan, would you say how did it feel just to have this team here? I mean, I know we've had a number of tough power conference teams in here. It seems awesome. Like it gets harder and harder.
Yeah,
to
it's
do that.
awesome. I really, Illinois is great. I'm glad Mr. Clamslow, an alum there, and we had Eddie Johnson here, who was wearing an Illini hat, and I gave him tickets. How's that work? But it's good, man. We always want people to come here. It's a great place to play. Our fans love it. They love basketball here. We enjoy it. So yeah, it was awesome to have Illinois here. So unfortunately, we got to go back there again next year. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, we love it. We have Louisville here. We've had teams here. It's a lot of fun for us.
Was the ball movement the biggest
A lot
spread
better.
from Tuesday?
A lot better. Yeah, we worked on it hard. We got to share the basketball and not settle for threes. I think that's why we shot better. We had some off driving kicks, inside out, which is a lot easier way to shoot threes than just standing and shooting them. So I thought our shot selection was a lot better. Disappointed in our free throw shooting. That's another thing that we can control. We got to step up big things.
JJ Rhymes had 9 points off the bench and had a lot more confidence attacking the basket. What can we expect from him moving forward?
Well, that's what JJ does. He attacks the basket. That's what he's done his whole career, high school, junior college. So he's got to be better of being engaged when he first gets in there, and then taking care of the basketball. He has a tendency to turn it over or fumble. He's got to be stronger with it because he is going to get a lot of contact. But that's how he plays. That's how he's going to have to play for us coming off the bench. Is be aggressive, be a downhill player. He's going to have to really rebound. He's going to have to concentrate on the defensive end and learn how to play as hard as he can from his time he's in there and then make his free throws. But like I said, this is a process for everybody. I got to learn how JJ, what's going to be the best spot for him to be successful, and he's got to figure out what he has to do to help us win, however that is. And for him, it's usually getting to the free throw line, going downhill, and making things happen.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys. Thanks.